Hey everybody, Jay here from Modern Mississauga, and we're looking at the 2018 Toyota CHR. CHR stands for Compact High Rider, and it's Toyota's small crossover. As we go around the exterior, you'll definitely be able to tell that this was meant for the Scion brand before it closed up shop. I want to start off with the very front of the vehicle. It's rather thin, which is a definite plus for those in the condo market. As we move around to the front light, you'll see the 3 bulbs right there. Those are your day runners and your nighttime halogen lights. As we go around, these are 18-inch wheels. This has the premium package on it. Non-premium package comes with 17-inch wheels. Lots of body sculptures here. Big fenders. There's a dip right there, as you can tell. A little bit more creasing of the metal. Oops, right there. There we are. Integrated signals on the side mirrors. There's a plane, so I'll try and talk a little louder. I'll back up so we get a good view of the car. There is the spoiler that sticks out in a very there we are, very slanted back end to it. Rims look pretty good. Definitely a youth-oriented vehicle. You can tell that there are more design lines kind of flowing up throughout, a little more creases in the body, not just shadows. So it's there, and my hand goes in and over and around. Black plastic molding around the wheel wells. Gas tank has a bit of an odd shape. There's a button to unlock it in the front. Here are your trick door, not quite trick doors like the Saturns had, but instead of it being here like it is here, they tuck it up here. So just a straight thing, you pull it out, and that's how you get into the vehicle that way. Close that back up. And here's where you're gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. The rear end is full of creases and folds. Everything from this part down here, the end of the bumper, the shape of the trunk lid, a very pronounced spoiler. There's a really good look at it in the light. Back wiper, of course. I'm not really a big fan of the look of the rear of the car. Maybe I'm old-fashioned, but it's just me. Solid B+. The Mazda CX-3, a little more of a conservative design to it, but this is more, it kind of looks like a Civic in a way, just with the shape. I don't crucify me for this, but it's kind of reminiscent of the Type R, just with a big spoiler and lots of curves in the body. Personally, I'm not a big fan, but the car rides well, and we'll get into that shortly. There is a rear view camera right there, and you open up the trunk. I'm not sure how well we can see it, but there is, for depth purposes, a couple of boxes of magazines, and that's how much space you have back through there. Seats do go down 60-40. We'll go around, shut the rear door, the trunk, and there's a different angle of it. Let's see if we can get a little more light. Actually, that's kind of a cool shot right there. You can see the full sculpture of the rear of the car right through there. Again, overall, it's an okay design for me. It wouldn't be a selling feature for me personally. It says 39-year-old Jay, but some of the younger kids out there may be interested in the design of it. Again, it's one of those things where you either love it or you hate it. Strangely enough, I'm kind of in between. I don't mind it. I don't like it. But, you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. All right, we'll be right back taking a look at the inside. And we're back with the 2018 Toyota CHR, taking a look at the inside of the vehicle. The theme that you'll notice a lot here is diamonds. And Toyota wanted the CHR to look like a diamond on its side. So let's start with the HVAC system. There's a little bit of a diamond pattern there. There's one there. Kind of diamond-esque with the things on an angle to open up and close your vents. I can't really do a diamond there for the infotainment system, so a nice solid piece, but they have the angle there. Let's take a look at the side vent, kind of diamond-ish as well. I'm pretty sure we won't be able to pick this up at all. Yeah, sorry, there's little diamond patterns on the roof liner. There's about 4 of them. Kind of a cool touch. Onto the steering wheel, there is a, I wish the light was a little better. Oh no, there it is. There's a diamond pattern there, and there's another diamond pattern there. diamond pattern. I can't see that too well from here. Anyways, there's more diamond patterns over here and down here. Standard controls here for your windows, your mirrors, your locks, and your folding mirrors as well. Another good reason for the condo market, small parking spaces, goes along with the thin body, thin as in left to right thin. As mentioned, this is the premium package. You can only get the CHR in 2 flavors, which is the XLE, which goes for over $24,690, or the XLE Premium, and you add $1,600 onto that, and you get 18-inch wheels, blind spot monitoring, which is mentioned, and we can't see it because the RPMs are there. Let me get rid of that for a sec. There you go, blind spot monitoring, RCTA, rear cross traffic alert. You also get push button start, which is hiding right there. The folding mirrors, which is what we went through. 7-inch screen right here, pretty easy to navigate, pretty easy to work through. There is no Apple CarPlay, there is no Android Auto, there is no navigation. Pretty hard to imagine a car that comes out with the 2018 model year, top trim without any of those things. But Toyota's taking this towards the youth market again, as it was pegged to be a Scion brand vehicle. And they figure everybody has cell phones with data and Google Maps, and they just figure you'll just get one of those suction things, stick it up here somewhere, and use your phone as your GPS. Maybe a couple of years from now they'll integrate it in there as well. Who knows? But interesting tactic on behalf of Toyota for that. HVAC controls themselves kind of goes on a diamond pattern as well as far as the slant goes. Easy to use, that's what I like. You get your front, you get your rears. Heated seats come standard as well, very, very cool. Three tiers for it. There's 3, there's 2, there's 1. It's a miserable day in November, and it's raining. It's been raining all day, so I'm going to put the front airflow on. There's your air conditioning, sync for dual climate controls, as well as you have your eco heater cool, which just drops it down a bit for the intensity of it to save gas. Here's your TFT screen, 4.2 inches, I believe. Again, easy to run through and navigate all through things on the right hand of the wheel. Thank you, Toyota, for putting the audio controls on the left hand side as they should be. I'm not going to go through everything, but I'm averaging out 8.9 liters per 100 kilometers. It says I've done 171.9. I've actually done about 260. I didn't hit the reset button when I left Toyota's head office. So, yeah, gas mileage isn't all that great. The official ratings for Toyota's website are 8.7 city, 7.5 highway, for an average of about, what was that, 8.1. I've done most of the city driving, but you know, it's I've also had magazine boxes in the trunk as well, so that may be part of the reason for the higher mileage. The seats are comfortable. I gotta say, well done, Toyota, on this. Usually cars with the lower price point, quality is sacrificed as far as seating goes, but Toyota has done it really well. We'll take a look here. Yeah, there's a good look at the side bolsters. Not massive, but kind of give you an idea. That's how much my hand bends up for that. So looks good, feels good, very, very comfortable. As well as where is, I guess we can't really see it all too well. Let's try it this way. No, not really coming out of that level. Anyway, there's good side bolsters for the for your sides. Sorry, thigh bolsters is what we looked at. Side support is also really, really nice. Automatic high beams button right there. There's your note to activate automatic high beams. Switch headlights to high beam. Pretty easy. Here's your gas light, gas tank release right there, as we were talking about in the first part of the video. The car drives very well for a smaller car. I'm really, really happy with the drive quality. Under the hood is a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, 144 horse, 139 pound-feet of torque through a 7-speed automatic continuously variable transmission. Yes, it's not weak. I don't want to say that. Got to push down a little harder to kind of do any serious passing, but if under regular conditions you want a car that you know is going to respond well to everyday traffic, then this Toyota CHR does a wonderful job of doing that. So yeah, the insides, it looks good. I like the diamond motif. It's very, very cool and trendy. I don't like that there's no navigation. I don't like that there's no Apple CarPlay. I don't like there's no Android Auto. There's also no all-wheel drive. A little weird in the Canadian market, but I'm sure future models will get to that and have that either as a paid option, or they'll make it standard. I think that wraps it up for the interior. Oh, sorry, rear seats. I know we can't get a good look at them unless lights on. Yeah, not really all that great of a good view. Anyway, the rear seats are as comfortable as they're going to be for a 5-seat belt car, I should say. You fit 4 comfortably, 2 up front, 2 in the back, and the poor person in the middle gets the shortest straw. Anyways, there's one last look at the dashboard. Very clean, very easy to look at. 2 big dials. Your 4.2-inch TFT in the middle. 7-inch touchscreen is right there. Very, very easy to navigate. Nice bright lights, easy to see. Shifter's a little boring. It's just a silver knob, but whatever. It's fine. I like that it goes straight back. None of this gate shifting nonsense. Park, reverse, neutral, drive. If you're going to do the sport thing, you pop it to the left. Thank you for not putting paddle shifters. Paddle shifters are absolutely ridiculous in my opinion. No one's going to use the manual Triptronic thing here. It's just going to be a straight pull back down from park to drive. Oh, another weird thing. Not really weird thing. Another thing is the rear view camera is integrated into the rear view mirror. You give me a 1.5-inch screen there, and it's fairly clear. You know, I'm not getting any shots at it too blatantly, but I have a 7-inch screen here that would do much better for a rear view camera. I know the 2011 Kia Souls had this technology in the rear view mirror. I don't really know why Toyota did it that way, but you know, that's at least you have one, I guess, is the positive to be pulled out of that. Anyways, that wraps up this portion. We'll come back with on-road driving impressions very shortly. And we're back with the 2018 Toyota CHR, the compact high rider, and we're just going to do a quick in-car portion here for driving impressions and a few other things. As mentioned, we're running a 2-liter engine with 4 cylinders, throwing out 144 horse and 139 pound-feet of torque through the 7-speed automatic gearbox. It does well for the class and size of the vehicle. I know I mentioned before that you got to really stomp down hard if you want to do some serious passing. The car still does fine. It's not an unsafe car by any means. I don't want to have that misconstrued at all. But there's a slight little lag when you throw your foot down all the way. But for regular driving purposes within the city, even on the highway, you just don't put yourself in bad situations or potentially dangerous situations, and the car will be just fine for you. The pickup's fairly respectable from a dead stop, and because the car is so thin, it's rather nimble, which is definitely a good thing. Again, as I mentioned, I see this being a big hit in the condo market, because it's got the folding mirrors, which knocks off about I'm gonna say what is that, maybe 6 to 8 inches overall. The car is nice and narrow and thin, so you'll have much better luck squeezing into a parking spot as opposed to a full-size sedan or an SUV or whatnot. The steering feel is good. It's not exciting, but again, considering the class of vehicle that we have and what it's meant to do, it does well. It corners respectably, and I'm happy overall with the driving impressions of it. Not a big fan of the exterior, as I mentioned. It's good, not great, but if you're function over fashion like I am, this car will do you quite well. Personally, I don't care if there's no navigation because I have a cell phone with data and Google Maps. Be nice to have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, not the end of the world that the car doesn't have it. It's a Toyota, so you know it's built well, and it'll probably last years after you're done paying it off. I love that there's a back wiper. The trick doors at the back, sorry, I call them trick doors. The higher handle doors for the rear of the vehicle. It's kind of gimmicky, but you know, as long as it functions well and it lets you in and out of the car without issue, then really it's doing its job nicely. A little high on the gas consumption for me, because I've had magazines in the car for the week that I've had it, at least a couple of boxes. I'm at 9.1 liters per 100 kilometers, and I've gone through a little less than half a tank, but again, it's been mostly city driving. About the 260, 270 kilometers I've driven, I'd say about 80% of it has been city-based. So any kind of city driving with stop and go frequencies will definitely raise your mileage up, and that really doesn't matter what car you're driving. But anyways, enough about that. The seats are comfortable. They're very, very comfortable, which is a big plus for me on a car in the mid $20,000 range. There's intermittent wipers, there's the automatic high beams, and overall I like the car. I could see myself driving it more often than just for the 1 week that I have it. That'll wrap up this portion of the video. If you have any questions, let me know at Modern Mississauga, the website, or the Facebook, or the Instagram, or the Twitter, or email me at j@modernmississauga.com. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Stay tuned for the next review. I hope I didn't say stay tuned for the next review. Thanks, everybody.